of the greatest Nigerian students,
Great.
of the greatest Osa, unintimidated Wigi Your Excellencies, the SG President here present, student leaders of various capacities that are here present today, we bring you greetings. We also use the medium to bring greetings to all Nigerian students, all in Abia State, those that are in their various destination as we speak. This is a press conference from the District of NANS, Abia State ASUU, particularly on ASUU strike. This press conference is against ASUU strike and even the federal government as we speak. They cannot keep on going on strike, in as much as we know that the agitation is equally right. There is this saying that comes this way that when two elephants fight, the grass will always suffer. That is why the District of NANS in Abia State, in collaboration with all student leaders who are delegated here today, we are here to do the necessary to say our mind. We want to use this medium to reach out to the federal government, to do the needful, to have a good roundtable discussion with us to be sure that this Incessant strike will be taken care of. I think the federal government should take education as a priority so long as the district is concerned. Most of them will always send their children abroad, will tell them to go and study. That is why whenever education matters comes upon, they will neglect it in total. We receive a national directive from Secretary of NANS that we should go on a very mighty protest, but because of the security of Nigerian students across board, that is why we are here today to convene, to say our mind. It is no longer news that the student community are really suffering. And over time, we've had issue with COVID-19, which made students to be delayed in their academic pursuits. And today again, we're talking about strike again. What is the medium to send the message across? Both the federal government, the government itself of the state, and even local government, everybody equally have a role to play. The student cannot continue to suffer. Students being idle has equally increased social vices. Discover that you will see students engaging in all sorts of immorality because they are not back to class. That is why we are here today to air our view. We want to use the medium to encourage Nigerian students in various destinations today for them to remain law-abiding, for them not to engage themselves in any kind of thing that will affect their future. Believing that very soon, all this struggle for student emancipation across all board will become a success. We are appealing, we are saying this because it's very, very necessary. Let the federal government do the needful. If there were agreement they had with ASUU, let them not use the student community across all the states. Let them not jeopardize our future. We are saying this because if the needful is not done, we are going to mobilize massively. We have always been peaceful, but if they refuse to do the needful, Nigerian students is going to protest massively. The federal government ASUU should do the needful at this juncture. We also want to use the medium to reach out to the state government of Abia State. In as much as we know they are doing their little best, we want them to do more. Education should be taken as a priority. We cannot discuss education at the national level without talking about our own states and even the local government, as the case may be. We applaud the governor of Abia State, who happens to be a student-friendly governor. We also want to appeal to him to add more strength, to add more concern, anything that has to do with the student community. There are a lot of students out there who are equally training themselves, doing a whole lot of things to make sure that they get themselves in row. When the strike continues, it becomes an issue, it becomes more threat, it becomes risky to the student community. They will tell you that if a nation fails to build the youth, automatically they're going to destroy the youth. Any youth who is not engaged, who is not employed as expected, it is more like a risk to the nation at large. Today, you will hear that youth are involved in kidnapping, youth are involved in stealing, youth are involved in this and that. It is because there is lack of unemployment, as the case may be. We are here today to see Nigerian students are equally youth. It is necessary And it is very fundamental that the youth and Nigerian students should be engaged by the government of the day as expected. We are using this medium to encourage them, using this medium to tell Nigerian students to abstain from any form of thing that will get you involved, because if you don't remain law abiding, it becomes an issue for us. We are saying no to ASUU strike collectively, unanimously. We are asking the federal government to do the needful. We are asking the federal government to call a spade. Let them come back and talk about student community here in Abia State and here in other states, as the case may be. Because if their children are schooling in various universities, I think they should do the needful. Not quite long, we saw the Minister of Education celebrating his son who graduated from an university in abroad, UK, to speak. That is why when they had a meeting with him, he walked out of Nigerian students, which is an insult to all sensitive Nigerian students in all campuses in Nigeria. When all efforts were made to reach out to the government of the day and government of the federal, the minister just came, he never reacted as expected, he walked out. Why? Because all his children are schooling abroad. Same thing is applicable to all politicians. Those who are toiling with the future of Nigerian students, they neglect certain things which are priority to Nigerian students, but they forgot how they were able to get to where they are today. Because if they fail to do the needful, if they fail to take education serious, tomorrow the student community and even the youth they are neglecting will come after them, indirectly or directly, whether they like it or not. We are asking them to have a conscience, to understand the fact that there are parents who are not capable to provide all necessary things for students to do in school. And there are students who are struggling day and night to be sure that they become something better tomorrow. We need all encouragement. We need all support from the government and not strike here and there. At this juncture, we want to say that students are always peaceful and coordinated. But when you bring a dog home and you refuse to give the dog food, one day the dog will also bite the owner. Of the greatest Osa, unintimidated Wigi Waga. As a peaceful community, we are here today in a peaceful manner, in a democratic manner. If the needful is not done, the student community at large will still come en masse. It is even going to be much more worse than NSAS. During the NSAS protest, a lot of persons felt it would be a jamboree, but the youth came en masse and showed strength. That's to say that the student community and the youth are very much ready to take over in all ramifications. And we are doing that in a very logical way and in a very legal way. But we don't want the federal government, the government of the day, and all the whole government involved, regardless of the division, to take the community for granted. Of the greatest Osa, unintimidated Wigi Waga. All right, like I said at the initial, this is a press conference by NANS, ABIA State Aziz. By special grace of God, my name is Comrade Frank A.B. Ochi. I am the NANS zonal rep of ABIA State. With me here, we have the ASUU president of Michael Abara University, who is equally the host president in the person of Comrade Chukuma. He's also here with us. We also have the ASUU president of Abia State College of Education, Technical Arochukwu, Comrade Christian, is also here with us. We also have the ASUU president-elect of Abia State University, Comrade Ebeneme Chidera, is also here with us. And we'll have other student union leaders who are equally here with us. Student leaders who have shown capacity, formal this and that, who are here with us, and other persons who are equally in the background. That's to tell you that the student community here are fully represented. Of the greatest Nigerian students,